Yeah, you mentioned curiosity. We're hoping that John's going to join us. He told me he would. I taped his program this morning with Brian Becker, and that's probably being broadcast right now while we're doing this. And I asked John about when he was in prison, what kind of doctors are there in prison? Because I'm curious whether doctors follow the Hippocratic Oath in the prison. They may want to. I wonder if the authorities in the prison, warden or whatever, couldn't tell the doctor, don't treat this prisoner the same way you would someone on the outside. And what he told me was shocking. He said that the doctors in prisons are absolutely among the worst in society, that these are doctors who can't really get work anywhere else. And he cited one doctor who had been fired from the Cleveland Clinic because he was a pediatrician and too many of his children were dying. So he wound up getting a job in the prison where John was imprisoned.
Wow.
This, I asked that in the context of what kind of treatment Julian might be getting right now. In the prison hospital, the medical ward of Belmarsh is still in there. You have to wonder. But, that goes back to what we were saying at the beginning when George was saying that they wouldn't want to lose him because that would be a public relations disaster. So if that's the case, if George is right, and I hope he is, then he'll be getting good care if they don't want to lose him.
I hope so, but I do think that is an important point in that we want to re-emphasize that in case some people have misinterpreted the news about Assange being in the health ward, that this is not an outside hospital. He hasn't been, as you say, he has not been taken to a conventional, medical clinic or anything like that. It's within the prison, and as you say, that is, notoriously insufficient. And from what I understand, that type of situation is not equipped for serious medical intervention. I don't know the specifics of Belmarsh, but in general, I don't think that prison health wards have that type of care available.
We also have to keep in mind that let's remember that John Pilger has said many times that who he's visited in the embassy and in Belmarsh as well, that he's had a persistent cough for 7 years. And if you recall, his doctors recommended and said urgently he needed to go out of the embassy to get tests, MRIs, X-rays, whatever, because his health condition, we don't know the details. And the British government said, sure, if you leave, you're going to get arrested. So effectively, they were telling him, you cannot go out to get medical treatment. So that's part of, I would imagine, in the rapporteur's report, it was probably going to be mentioned that they prevented him, in effect, from getting medical treatment. He was in the prison, and they were supposed to give him medical treatment right away. They made statements. And his conditions become so bad that they had to hospitalize him inside the prison. And not, as you read, Elizabeth, you cannot have a conversation with his Swedish lawyer about his defense in the Swedish case. I mean, it's, I'm trying to be optimistic here, and I am optimistic, and I think I disagree with George on this too, about the fact that the media has gone in against Trump, not so much in favor of Assange, but against this indictment. And I think that this report from the rapporteur today further complicates the extradition case and his health further complicates that. So I'm optimistic on that score. I'm not optimistic about the treatment he's getting.